Hey guys, welcome to my channel Gaming X. Here I will be sharing gaming news tips and trick. Do subscribe and like the video. And this is the initial stage of my channel, so please support. So let's start the video.
Hi, guys, how are you? I am fine, hope you are also. So today's video is all about horror games. So our very first horror game of this list is Alan Wake. Alan Wake is described by Remedy as the mind of a psychological thriller and the body of a cinematic action game put together. In interviews, the game's creators hold that the game does not belong squarely in the survival horror video game genre. The game is primarily set in the fictional idyllic small town of Bright Falls, Washington. The main gameplay happens in various areas of Bright Falls, such as the forest, a national park, or a farm. During the nighttime, these are punctuated by calmer, non-combative sequences set during the day. The player controls the eponymous protagonist Alan Wake. In the game, a darkness is taking over humans, animals, and objects. These enemies, dubbed the Taken, are murderous shadows that attack Wake, wielding weapons of their own, ranging from mallets and knives to shovels and chainsaws. They vary by speed, size, and the amount of damage they can take, and some can teleport between short distances. Besides the Taken, the player must combat flocks of possessed ravens and animated objects. When enemies are close, Alan can perform a slow-motion cinematic dodge maneuver. The Taken are protected by a shield of darkness, initially rendering them impervious to attack. They can only be injured with a firearm after exposure to light, which burns the darkness away. This puts significant emphasis on flashlights in conjunction with conventional weapons, such as a revolver or shotgun. Flashlight beams act as a reticle. The handheld lights Wake can carry can be boosted, which destroys the darkness faster, but also reduces the light's battery level. Besides the conventional shooter gameplay need for reloading ammunition, the player must also insert fresh batteries into the flashlight when they run out, or wait for it to recharge slowly. The strength of the darkness protecting an enemy can vary among the Taken. The amount of darkness remaining is represented by a corona of light that appears when aiming at an enemy, and stronger darkness may recharge over time. When a Taken is finally destroyed, it disappears. The player is often encouraged to take advantage of environmental light sources and places and to use other light-based weapons and accessories, such as flare guns, handheld flares, and flashbangs. Wake can use searchlights to take out massive waves of Taken. Street lights and other light stands can provide a safe haven, which the Taken cannot enter, and will regenerate the character's health faster. Otherwise, health regenerates slowly with time, when not taking any damage. In certain sections of the game, it is possible to use a car to traverse between locations in Bright Falls. When in a car, the player can run down Taken on the road, or boost the vehicle's headlights to destroy them. Moving towards number 2, we have Outlast from Red Barrels. Outlast is a first-person survival horror video game developed and published by Red Barrels. The game revolves around a freelance investigative journalist, Miles Upshur, who decides to investigate a remote psychiatric hospital named Mount Massive Asylum, located deep in the mountains of Lake County, Colorado. Whistleblower centers on Whalon Park, the man who led Miles there in the first place. In Outlast, the player assumes the role of investigative journalist Miles Upshur, as he navigates a dilapidated psychiatric hospital in Leadville, Colorado that is overrun by homicidal patients. The game is played from a first-person perspective and features some stealth gameplay mechanics. The player can walk, run, crouch, jump, climb ladders, and vault over objects. Unlike most games, however, the player doesn't have a visible health bar on the screen and is unable to attack enemies. The player must instead rely on stealth tactics such as hiding in lockers, sneaking past enemies, staying in the shadows, and hiding behind or under things in order to survive. Alternatively,
Why are
the player
checking the
can
notes
attempt
so
to outrun their
intense?
pursuer. If the player dies, the game will reset to the most recent
I'll be honest,
checkpoint.
this is probably the best horror game
Most
I've
of the
played
hospital
in
is
recent
unlit,
memory.
and the only way
There's
for
been
the
a lot of,
player
like,
to see
bullshit
while in the
with
dark
this.
is through the lens of a camcorder equipped with night vision.
I wanna peek.
Using the night vision mode will slowly consume
Leave with it, rock
batteries,
with it.
forcing the player to scavenge for additional batteries found throughout the asylum. Outlast makes heavy use of traditional jump scares and audio cues, which alert the player if an enemy has seen them.
I don't know, guys.
If the player records specific events with their camcorder, Miles will write a note about it, providing further insight into his thoughts. Documents can be collected, which offer backstory and other expository information about the facility, including pages taken from the diaries of patients and reports from the hospital staff. Outlast received generally positive reviews, with praise for its atmosphere, horror elements, and gameplay. As of October 2016, the game has sold 4 million
What
copies.
you guys watch?
As of May 2018, the whole series has sold 15 million copies. And last but not the least game we have today is the sequel of Outlast, which is Outlast 2. Outlast 2 is a first-person psychological horror survival video game developed and published by Red Barrels. It is the sequel to the 2013 video game Outlast, and features a journalist named Blake Langerman, along with his wife Lynn, roaming the Arizona desert to explore the murder of a pregnant woman only known as Jane Doe. Blake and Lynn get separated in a helicopter crash, and Blake has to find his wife while traveling through a village inhabited by a deranged sect that believes the end of days are upon them. It is set in northern Arizona. The game continues the found footage characteristics from the first game. The player controls the investigative journalist Blake Langerman, who investigates a dilapidated rural area in Supai, near the western edge of the Colorado Plateau. In this game, you cannot fight except in scripted scenes but must run and hide from the numerous hostile members of Temple Gate. You can crouch, run, jump, walk, vault, slide and climb much like the first game, and can hide in lockers, barrels, wardrobes, beds, pools of water, tall grass, cornfields, and inside of houses. He has a limited stamina meter and the player must manage how long he runs, lest he becomes exhausted and moves more slowly. Langerman possesses only a camcorder, which has night vision capabilities, though the camcorder's batteries are also drained when night vision is used. Compared to the first game, Langerman's status as a cameraman means he carries a more advanced camera, one with clearer footage, zoom, and a sensitive microphone that can be used to detect distant footsteps and other noises. The player is equipped with an inventory system displaying the amount of footage recorded on the camera and the items they are carrying. Spare batteries suitable for the camcorder and medkits to heal are spread throughout the game. That's it for today, guys. I'll be back with new video on different topic. Until then, this Gaming X signing off. Stay safe, take care.
I've been